Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know who this be, it's your girl Kyler B coming at you with a new video. So today we're going to be recapping episodes 3 and 4 of the challenge season 34. So I'm just going to get right into it. So if you do not watch the challenge, I would recommend you do, because it's a really good it's a reality TV show, but it's a really good show. So if you like reality TV, you should watch it. Now, if you don't know about the challenge, you might just, and you're watching this video, then you might just hear some good information. That's all. But yeah. So last week's episode of the challenge, the whole West thing that he's like call Josh like replaceable, like, you're on the bottom of my totem pole, like whenever I get the chance I'm gonna send you out. And Laurel was in the room at the time, and she told Josh about it, and it all went down from there. On Josh's part, I feel like he did a right move, even though it was an emotional move. He did the right move because at the end of the day, the challenge is also an individual game. He's looking out for the best interest of him. And I do side with these people that are saying it was really too early for him to make the move, which I also do agree that in that moment, Wes wasn't really going to do anything to you yet, but it wasn't the right time. And then for people to say it was Johnny's idea. Johnny didn't know about the idea until Laurel came up to him and say, "Oh, we're going to throw Wes in." And he was just laughing about it. He was not going to be like, "Oh, I'm going to stop from Wes going home," for potentially going home, because he didn't know. No one knew Wes was going to go home. They just knew that Wes was going to be sent in. So it wasn't Johnny's idea. It was Laurel's idea. And Laurel told Josh, and Josh was emotionally, motivated by potentially sending Wes home. So that's it for that. So I do agree, okay, them sending in their own team players is just really, why are you doing that? But it's just a challenge. So now, last night's episode, you got, after the elimination and Bear winning against Wes, Kyle comes in and he was to Laurel, he's like, "Oh, Kara, Cam, Ninja, Ashley, and Polly were working with Wes." So Laurel took that information, even though it wasn't entirely true, which is that fight with Cam and Laurel. It just feel like, you got a team of Cam on that, because Laurel looks silly arguing with information that's not even the right information. They did have an alliance between them, but it wasn't a pre-made deal before the challenge. It was a deal made while they were playing the challenge. So, when Cam, Polly, and Ashley were on the tribunal, that's when Cam went up to Polly and was like, "Okay, we can work together." It wasn't oh, they had this deal pre-made. And that's not what Cam did. The only deal or alliance that she really had from the British side was Kaylee, for a fact known, because she was working with Kaylee, but she wasn't working with Wes pre-made deal, and that's why she was trying to tell Laurel. I feel like the people who probably were working with them was obviously Kara and Polly, because from last season they were already working with Wes. So to continue on to this season, obviously they're going to work with Wes. So, but for Cam didn't make any deals before the show started. So that's the thing that was incorrect. Then it was it seemed like the Laurel and Banana show from last night, because it was they had this deal to throw the challenge. Bananas knocked down Ashley, and then he was trying to play it off, and then you got Laurel walking slow behind Kara. So it was just everyone's you're throwing the challenge. And then it was so funny when Leroy was like, just for you guys to know, Banana's gonna throw the challenge today, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, he threw the challenge, and then they having an argument. And the whole thing back and forth between Johnny and Ashley was like, okay, well, Ashley was making some points because she is the only one who has won $1 million. And you can't discredit Bananas because Bananas has been to more finals. Yeah, he didn't win enough money because they didn't start making $1 million prizes until the later seasons. They weren't making no $1 million prizes. It was like $500,000. It was like this amount of dollars. It was like back in the day. It wasn't you can win $1 million. Like, no. So it's just like, yeah, you won $1 million, but if they were giving that away when Bananas was in his prime, he probably would have won the $1 million before. Between Ashley or Ninja Natalie, and Ashley, Laurel used her notebook and she got it out and she was like, okay, Ashley, everyone's voting for your side, but if you vote with us, we have to vote for Ninja Natalie to get sent in. To save her own butt, Ashley was like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. So she did it. Period. Last night's episode with Laurel and Ninja Natalie. So the whole tribunal thing, watching Johnny literally smile when Ninja was shaking the table was just like, bruh. It was funny. It was like hilarious. And then he was just like, welcome to the challenge, because although it seemed like they were all ganging up on Ninja, I mean, if you think about it, ninjas for girls, Ninja really doesn't have any connections to anyone except for, Kara. That's about it in the game on the US side. So, I mean, it's ultimately going to be Ninja. So, anyway, Laura was just, when Laurel literally said, sit down, I'm just like, okay. I'm like, okay. So then, it got very heated in that tribunal. Then during, like, what I gotta say about the elimination, they brought Laurel out and, they called Laurel into elimination to go against Ninja. And, it was, as soon as Ninja saw it was a climbing elimination, they were like, she was jumping up for joy, happy, like no one can beat her at her own game, this and that and the third, just being very smug about it. So obviously, that's why Johnny was like, she's kind of annoying because I'm like, it's elimination and you're like jumping for joy, like Christmas morning. So they call Laurel in because of D, because Ninja's her friend, and they felt like, oh, Laurel rallied for Ninja to go in. And it might be the case, but I mean, if they had to choose a girl to go in, I mean, ultimately, who else would they choose? Like, who else would they choose? If you think about it. I mean, maybe Ashley was the other choice, but really there was no other person to go in first for an elimination for a girl other than Ninja, or maybe Ashley. But Ashley saved herself. Then the elimination, they're supposed to do 21 pegs. So the thing about it that's the hot topic of the night was when Laurel finished the elimination. Everyone's saying that, some people are saying that she cheated and stuff like that. But the fact that TJ blowing the horn is confirmation that the thing is over. Because you can ring the bell all you want, I understand. But unless TJ blows the horn, it's confirmed the thing is over with. Now, when TJ looks and checks to see if anything's missing, that's when you can tell the winner. Now, if production knew something was wrong, they would have been like, a big old circle of red. They would show it to you on the screen, because obviously this show is edited. So they would show you, this is where Laurel made her mistake. So the challenge is over. Ninja's like, kind of like going into panic mode, like, no, there's not another spot. There's not another spot. So, and it is true, Ninja did get to the top of the tree first, but she had 2 pegs left, while Laurel only had 1 left. Laurel put her second peg in before Ninja did, and then she found a place to put her last peg to put in, while Ninja was when Ninja was holding her last one as well. But yeah, Ninja got there first, but she had 2, and Laurel was 1. She was 1 ahead of her. So the fact that they both miss their spot by the GoPro camera says something, that they should have reset the elimination, because even TJ says, the elimination is not over until I blow the horn. So that's why they say it's a technicality, because Laurel didn't cheat. You know what I'm saying? They both missed the hole with the GoPro, so they both should have been, reset. But then Ninja ran over to Laurel, said, "Oh, you missed your hole." So Ninja put the peg into her hole, and then she climbed up a tree and, rang the bell. But even TJ didn't even count that, because the thing is over. Like, you doing it after the challenge is over doesn't mean anything. So production was just like, it was a technicality or whatever. Laurel, you're going home. And then the thing is, everyone's like Laurel did do too much when she was celebrating about winning. She did do too much, but when you have people who basically obviously didn't want to see you win, obviously kind of ruled out that you weren't gonna win, jumping up and down, like, you can be excited about, knowing that this is for you, this elimination is for you, but like showing it in people's faces, knowing that someone's gonna go home, is being, not being humble at all. So, Laurel may not have been humble, might not have been a good sportsman person, but if you're gonna rub it in her face that, okay, this challenge is literally made for me to win, then you can't get upset. Yeah, she did too much she did too much. That's all I'm gonna say. She did too much. But it's kind of sad she left. And the plan that Johnny and Laurel had, because if Laurel did win and got back, they would have had the power on their side, because that would mean no one can really mess with Laurel. No one can really mess with Johnny, because Laurel was with Johnny and Johnny's with Laurel, whatever. No one could have really messed with them. But the fact that Laurel left, that means, okay, you don't really have another big voice in the challenge house, telling people like everyone what to do. So that kind of like shifted the power back to Cara and Polly's side. So their plan really was a good plan. Like, they were almost there, but the technicality cost them. So, that's what I really got to say on that. Now, if you guys have anything else to say, to add, just comment down below. Let me know what's your viewpoint on this whole situation of these 2 episodes. And thank you guys for watching. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to my channel if you have not already. So anyway,